The apartment I'm looking at this time is $500,000, $495,000 to be exact. Guess what? It doesn't have any bedrooms. I think the room I'm in right now is bigger than that. No, I'm kidding. 460 square feet. Let that sink in. 460 square feet. Caveat, granted, it's in a very, I think it's a very good neighborhood, or at least a very good district in New York, where people want to be, but I don't know that that justifies the price. But let's take a look at it. So this one is located at 20 West Street, apartment 21A, New York City, New York. No bedrooms, one bathroom, 460 square feet. Built in 1930, you are paying $1,076 per square foot, with a monthly HOA fee of $777. 7 is a good number. What's special? It's extremely bright. You have water views, high ceilings. It's a built-in desk, dressing area. God forbid you have to dress outside. With window treatments and a marble bathroom. A one-of-a-kind apartment at the Downtown Club, FIDI's hottest condominium. Debatable, but we'll see. This luxurious studio in the sky has high ceilings, water views, and two large windows. This apartment is extremely bright and features wonderful upgrades, including a breakfast bar, built-in desk, and colorful Italian pendant lamps with dimmers. It also has window treatments, a dressing area, marble bathroom, modern kitchen with stainless steel appliances, and black granite countertops. I like black granite countertops, so points there. But plus high ceilings that make the apartment seem larger than its 460 square feet. I am itching to see these pictures now. This is the perfect starter home or great investment property. Tenant in place month to month. Do they say anything about how much the tenant is paying per month? Because as we've seen in previous episodes, where yes, you're saying it's a good investment property, but at least from my layman perspective, if the income that I'm getting from the property is less than the mortgage, then to me it's not a very good investment. Does it say anything about how much this tenant is paying in rent? No. Tenant in place month to month, so short-term rental. Maybe you can use it for an Airbnb. It seems to be in a good enough area. You're right by the water in the financial district. What I would also say about this apartment, though, is it's from what I understand, the financial district is the place to be if you're into business, into finance, because you are right on, you're near Battery Park, and it's amazing boardwalk. Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, the New York Stock Exchange, Seaport, World Trade Center, World Financial Center, according to this listing here. So you're in a very good location. So, I am tempted to say that you're paying for the location on this property. Would I spend $500,000 on it? Honestly, I would probably look on Airbnb and consider, no, Airbnb isn't, is Airbnb still valid in New York? I need to check. Okay, so we found it. According to this post here, according to the AI summary, it says under NYC's strict local law 18, short-term rentals which are fewer than 30 days are only legal if the host is physically present, limits guests to a maximum of 2, and stays in a registered primary residence. Entire home rentals under 30 days are effectively banned unless you book a stay of 30 days or longer. Okay, so that's probably why in the listing, I would assume in the listing it says month to month. So you could potentially do Airbnb there. So you do it for 31, 32 days and you kind of get past this, is what I'm thinking. Not get past, but to be within the legal limits. So you do it 4 plus 30 days to be within the boundaries of of these limitations here. So onto the pictures because we care about the pictures. All right, let me see. Yes, lovely, lovely view of the ocean. Okay, so bathroom here. This looks like your entire living space. Bathroom, fairly standard sized bathroom, but you because you only have 460 feet to work with, you're going to have to be creative in how you use your or creative in your storage options. So that's why I see up here that's some cabinetry behind your mirror. So the mirror is going to give you some added sense of depth to make the room feel bigger. Right. So is it a kitchen? I don't know what you want to call this, but you have your main necessities: stove and oven, dishwasher, sink, fridge. I mean, you can't do two things at the same time. You're either opening the fridge, opening the oven, or opening the dishwasher. Yeah, that's the fridge there. This is your entire space. You only come here to sleep, eat, and go about your day. Yeah, those are your two large windows. At least you have some. That looks like a fairly decent view out. Yeah, I guess you could work from this desk here because you are here to work, eat, sleep, and go again. You have a big lobby. This looks like you'd be spending more time in this area, a common space, rather than being in your own room, right? Because you have a lot more space to move about and potentially network with your neighbors. This gym looks nice. Again, you're paying for a hotel room, but the main benefits to it are its location and the what looks like it's countless amenities. Yeah, nice little yoga fitness room, pool slash billiards table, outside space. The money is going into your common space. Oh, a theater. Honestly, at $500,000, if the 30 plus days stay is gonna cover the mortgage, then it kind of makes sense, at least to me. But we have to look at what the mortgage amount actually is. And I think that's what they're selling you on. Because there isn't, that's why there are so many pictures of the common spaces, because they know you're not coming here to live in your room. You are here for the common spaces. That's what they're selling you. Because you enter, you have a closet, your bathroom. This is your sitting area. Two sitting areas, I would say, or an ironing board, whichever works for you. Your little kitchenette, kitchen thing, and your living space, which is your living, sleeping space. I would say though, rather than having a bed here, it may be a better fit to have a pull-out couch or one of those couch convertibles. So middle of the day, you flip your bedding in, and at night, because you're really just there to sleep at night, just flip it out, and and then in the morning you pack it all together and you go. So if for some reason you do need to stay in the house, you're not limited to the space that you're left with the bed open. You just close it up. You have your couch. If you want, you could probably have someone, a person or two over. Makes it more comfortable for everybody. Okay, so on to everybody's favorite part, or at least my favorite part. One of my favorite parts: price history. Oh, let's see how far back this goes. 2007, sold for $400,000 and then sold again. Okay, so this was November of 2007. Sold for sub $500,000, and then 7 years later in 2014 was listed for sale for almost 600,000, and then 3 months later, February of 2014. It was listed for sale at 598,000. Price change, they dropped it by $3,000 a month later. Then 2 months after that, it said pending sale, listed for sale for $750. Geez, and the ages. For 2 years later, and several price changes after that. They just kept going down in price. $700,000 is absolutely obscene for less than 500 square feet. It's what, $1,500 per square feet. And I get real estate in New York is prime. It carries a premium, and this is the financial district. But no one has just been sitting there. Was it sold anytime after that? No, just listed for rent. Listings removed. And now you are down to $495. I guess at $495 you're getting a pretty premium discount based on previous prices. So I think at $500,000 right now in 2026 as maybe not the worst price. Again, if you can get that rent to cover it. And speaking of rent, let's see the payment calculator. $3,800 a month. I mean, well, it's $2,600. Like, let's see, at a 6% interest rate, at a 30-year fixed mortgage, maybe you get it at 2,400, and then you do some short-term rentals, short-term rentals of over 30 days. I mean, not including your property taxes and your home insurance, these monthly fees, and that takes it up to 3,700. And I think that's a tough call. Maybe you can get some better rates. Well, the HOA is fixed, I assume, but maybe you could get a different rate on your home insurance. Maybe there's a different calculation for the property tax that I'm unaware of. But let's just say for the most part, $2,400 on your mortgage and almost $800 on your HOA fees. We're looking at $3,200 for the month. I don't know if you would get somebody month on month to pay $3,200. Thinking about it, that listing that was there for 3,200 and 3,500 and 36. It seems like they were just trying to break even on the month. Okay. Anything interesting about the neighborhood? Guessing around, yeah, this makes sense. Walkability and transit score. Like I said, financial district is one of the places to be if you are interested in any of the businesses down there. So I get why these all have good scores. Yeah, honestly, I know I spoke about scores last time. Maybe I'd give this like a 6.5 in terms of if I were looking to purchase something, this might be a something to consider. If I could get a good interest rate, have a decent enough down payment, and yeah, have a tenant in place that would be able to cover the mortgage, I think it would be something I'd consider. So I'll be doing more of these virtual property tours and seeing if these are properties that make sense as affordable investments or things that regular people can't afford. Let me know where you want to see next. So if there are any cities or countries you think I should look at, so I'm not just limited to the US, let me know. I'll take a look later.